If you skip to the end of this problem, it just says how much of each ingredient should Andy use. And if you read a little bit above, it says that he's serving 15 people, but the big thing here is that we need to increase the recipe 2.5 times. So we need to increase each ingredient in the recipe by 2.5 times. So let's start with the first ingredient we see. It says 5 1/4 pounds of apples. So we got 5 1/4 pounds of apples. And we need to increase this 2.5 times. It means we're going to take this and multiply it by 2 1/2. Okay, so you can just multiply. So in order to do this, we have to take 5 1/4 and 2 1/2. So we got to convert them into improper fractions. And so the way we do that is we multiply the 5 times the 4 to make 20. Then 20 plus the top number makes 21. And then the denominator stays the same when we change a mixed number to an improper fraction. Then we're going to do the same thing with this mixed number over here. Multiply the 2 times 2 to make 4, and then add that to the top number to make 5. Okay, and then remember the denominator stays the same when you're converting from mixed numbers to improper fractions. Now you can just multiply straight across the top. So we get 105 when you multiply the 21 times 5. And then multiply straight across the bottom, you get 8. And then if we wanted to convert this to a mixed number again, take 105 in a calculator and divide it by 8. When you do, you get 13 and then a decimal. Okay. And if you're not sure what that decimal is as a fraction, what you can do is with a calculator, and I'll show you what I'm typing in with my calculator off the side here. I'm taking 13, I'm multiplying it by 8 here. Makes 24. 8 times 1 makes 8, plus that 2 makes 104. So 13 times 8 makes 104. That means it's supposed to make 105. We have 1 left over. So this is 13 1/8. That's how much they need for the apples. Okay. So again, just how I converted from that improper fraction to a mixed number. I divided, let me see if I get a laser point here. I divided 105. I put 105, divide 8 in a calculator and hit enter. And it gave me 13.125. Okay, so I said, well, it goes in a whole 13 amount of times. So to find out what the fraction is that's left over, I found out what 13 times 8 was. That's 104. So there's 1 unit off there. There's 1/8 left over. Okay, and that'll basically be what we do for the rest of this problem. I'll do one more, and then I'll let you finish out the rest of the things for this problem. We took care of the apples. Now we need to take the flour, 1 1/4 cups of flour, and we said we need to increase it by 2.5 times. So here's 1 1/4 cup of flour, and we need to multiply it by 2 1/2 to increase it 2.5 times. So we'll convert these to improper fractions. 4 times 1 makes 4. 4 plus 1 makes 5. And then we got 2 times 2 makes 4. 4 plus 1 makes 5. So when you multiply these, you get multiply straight across the top, that makes 25. Straight across the bottom, that makes 16. And then we'll do that same trick to change it back to a mixed number. 16 fits into 25 evenly 1 time. Okay, and what we have left over, after you've taken out, we got 25. If you subtract 16 from it, we have 9 units left over there. 9 out of 16 left over. Okay, I took 25, subtracted by 16, because the 16 only fit 1 time. So that's what it is a mixed number. And you would want to check to make sure that you can't reduce that fraction, but 9/16 is fully reduced. Okay, so keep up the same process. The next thing you're going to want to do is take 1/3 and multiply it by 2 1/2. Okay, convert 2 1/2 to an improper fraction, multiply straight across the top, and then convert it from a mixed number to an improper fraction. There's probably calculators online too that allow you to type in an improper fraction and it'll convert it to a mixed number for you.